A very successful day at Elland Road as we, Leeds United, beat Hull City 2-0. Felt like a pretty rounded performance today. The first half wasn't too great, but we stopped Hull from creating many chances, and that led on to an amazing second half. But the first player I want to talk about is one of the new signings on loan from Tottenham, Solomon. I've heard a lot online that he could potentially be way too good for the Championship. And today, given it was his first game, he hasn't trained with the squad for very long, he looked amazing. That assist for the second goal was truly incredible. He managed to hold off two players, get it across in the perfect position for Joseph to slot it away. And the attack overall today, I thought was very strong. I'm a pretty big Brendan Aronson advocate, not because of his time in the Premier League, because I think the Championship is a different league and one in which he can flourish. And today, he showed that again. Some great attacking play. We have a problem at Leeds, or we did last season. We've seen it in a couple games, especially the West Brom game earlier in the year, where we like to pass it around the midfield, pass it back to the defence, back to Meslier, boom, 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 rinse and repeat. But I think Aronson is very good at trying to avoid that. He doesn't mind trying to take on a player with a risky turn, try to get a little risky pass off, and sometimes that's going to go wrong. And I hope that Leeds fans can accept that, because Rutter did that as well, and I know he was a special player. I'm not saying that Aronson is on his level, but sometimes those risks, when you take a turn, when you play a pass that might send someone one-on-one, do end badly. But he has been involved in a lot of goals already, and I'm really excited to see if he can carry on progressing, win the fans over truly, and keep doing well for Leeds. And then we get on to Mateo Joseph, who truly feels like the main man at the minute. It's been a while since we had a striker that I was this excited about. His game feels well-rounded. He's fantastic at pressuring players. The amount of times he does, or you think he's going to win the ball back in positions in which he has no right to do so. He also does that with keeping the ball. A ball can come over the top, he'll somehow control it. It might be a bit of a dodgy touch, but he always seems to come out on top. And I think this season, that goal today will mean a lot. He could end up with 15, 20 plus goals, especially goals and assists. He's going to have an absolute blinder. I would put money on it. And when you look at the likes of Patrick Bamford, Joel Perrault, our other striking options, the mobility just isn't there. And I don't want to be the number one hater. Of course, Perrault scored a goal today. He looked okay when he came on. But when you compare what Joseph offers in attack to Perrault, there's just levels, absolute levels. But overall today, I thought the attack looked great. Maybe it wasn't Nonto's best game, but you can't have a killer every game. Against Wednesday, he was very good. So people come and go. It's a shame Dan James is injured. I think he'll have a very good season. And defensively today, we were very solid. Hull created very few good chances. And that's quite a rare thing to say as a Leeds fan. The only defender I'm not quite sure about at the minute is Bogle. I'm not going to dig him up. He's only been at the club for a couple months. But I don't know. I just don't have trust in him. Going forward, he looks great. He looks like a threat going forward, and that's what we need. That's what we see from Firpo on the other side. But when I see Bogle in defence, I don't know, man. Let me know, Leeds fans. Very early call, but what do you think of Bogle so far? Leave a comment down below. Remember to like and subscribe as well. There's going to be a reaction to pretty much every Leeds game, as long as I don't end up at a pub or something. So stick around, subscribe to the channel, and come watch those in the next few weeks. But moving on to our other fullback, Junior Firpo. What a man. What a man he has been. He stuck around. He stuck it out. There's no way that La Liga teams weren't sniffing around him. And he is one of our most important players. The number of assists he got last season, I think, will be beaten this year. Going forward, he offers so much. It was Solomon's first game today, and him and Firpo bounced off each other so well, which says a lot about the impact that Firpo has in the team now. The confidence when he got the assist over to Perrault. What an amazing ball that was, by the way. To the other side of the pitch, perfectly on point for Perrault to pick it up, and he runs around the whole stadium celebrating. Firpo has truly redeemed himself, and I think he had a tough time in the Premier League. It was a tough start against very good opposition, and maybe he wouldn't be good enough if we went up. I mean, obviously we would keep him and give him that opportunity, but for now, in the Championship, I think he's going to be a key element. Centre-backs, Struijk, perfect today. No complaints with him. I think Rodon's had a very ropey start to the season. Don't get me wrong, wrong, I still expect him to have a good overall season, but his passing seemed a little bit off. There was a moment today in the first half where he was kind of outstrength, potentially a foul. I thought it was a foul, and gave Hull their best opportunity of the first half. Again, I'm not that bothered about Rodon at the minute. I have confidence that he's going to pull it back and do well. But Struijk has looked really, really good this season. So happy to have him back in the team. Adds a little bit of calm. Also more of a threat from set pieces. So I am buzzing with him. The midfield was solid. I don't really have too much to say. I thought Gruev, in an attacking sense, did really well. Looked forward a lot of the time. And Ampadu did his job. But let's have a minute on Hull. I don't think it's going to be their year, you know. A rough transfer window, more than rough, a horrible transfer window for them. I know I can't really speak. I don't think our transfer window has been amazing, but Hull lost a lot of the players in key positions. Jacob Greaves was one of the best centre-backs in the league last year. He's the type of player that could have made a difference today and maybe stopped them from conceding 2 goals. And then the attacking threat is practically non-existent for Hull, as well as losing a manager and having ownership for who I respect. They laid some flowers today for Chris and Kev at Elland Road, so they clearly have great morals, but are apparently maybe not the best owners. They bet a lot on Hull getting promoted last season, and that bet didn't come to fruition. So I don't know, I'm feeling a mid-table finish for Hull at the most, but a fantastic performance from Leeds today. We really needed that win. It was a pretty convincing one. Not the most amazing performance I've ever seen in my life, but for the last half an hour, Leeds were in total control of the game. There was maybe a little period where Hull had a few set pieces, but that's always going to happen. You're always going to have a little bit of balance in there. Very happy with Leeds today. Super excited with the attacking players that we've brought in and to see what they can do. Obviously, we've got some massive players that have left, but these attackers could be special, and Solomon today, huge shout out. He was amazing. But anyway, let me know what you thought of the game in the comments. I'll be replying to some comments. I'll be reading the comments. Leeds fans, Hull fans, let me know what you thought. And please remember to like and subscribe. I will see you again very soon. Peace.